And that's how we welcome you to, I don't know, I want to call it a welcome back edition, but
We've always been on here.
Dimeji went on leave.
You went on leave.
I went on leave, and another crew member went on leave as well. So it was.
Okay, Temi went on leave.
Yes, he did. So it's a welcome back.
Okay, so my name is Dimeji Daniels, and this is Ping's Love and Family from Adaba FM. Okay, so to the issue of the day, you may think that your relationship is different from other relationships. There are people who say, "Oh, I'm not getting it right. Oh, Bayo and Bisola are doing well. They are doing better than I'm doing in my relationship." You may also think that other people's relationships are better than yours. There are people who also say there is the idea of the one. That is, there is that perfect person somewhere that is waiting for them. But the truth of the matter is that there's no such thing as the perfect one. Another truth is that we often get attracted to people who will eventually drive us crazy, and that is why oftentimes in relationship or marriage you end up losing the spark of that marriage or the relationship, and you get tired of it, you want to walk out of it and all of that. That is what we'll be talking about on today's edition of Pains, Love and Family. How do you know that you've lost the spark in your marriage or in your relationship, and how to get it back, how to get your groove back? I remember seeing that movie, Angela Bassett and Ty Diggs, how to get your, how Stella got her groove back, So that's what we'll be talking about. Let's welcome our guest.
Okay, we have Tolu Lokpe Alawode in the house.
Yeah, good afternoon.
It's good to have you join us, Tolu. And Jumoke Motosho is here as well.
Good afternoon.
And of course, we have Lasukomi Elujoba with us.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, let me quickly read out some statistics. Some people say that you lose the spark. 4 in 10 believe that the spark fakes because both partners take each other for granted. 31% think that it is down to the daily routine of life. That is, you're trying to get by every day you go to work. That is what makes the romance to fade. Why 40% blame long working hours, and a third blame kicks. Some people say they are kicks. You know, some who say they can't get together because the kicks are here to they are here to sleep and all of that. Yeah, in fact, sometimes some women will say sometimes women do it, men do it as well. You want my lost soon, go and sleep and all of that. Yeah, so some people blame their kicks as well. So for instance, in the US, every 36 seconds there is a divorce, and we are gradually getting there in Nigeria, because after all,
36 seconds.
There is a divorce in the US every 36 seconds, and most marriages within the first and the 8th year, there will always be divorce. So we are gradually getting there in Nigeria, because after all, it's a global village, and westernization has caught up with us as well. So let's turn to our guest. Let me begin from the married woman in the house. How do you know when you've lost that spark in your marriage? How do you know it's not that?
Well, it's simple.
What are the signs you see?
When you discover that those things you normally do together before, though there are times then you enjoy calling each other, even when you're at work. Hello, I just want to ask you, how are you? And there are times maybe you're not calling frequently the way it used to be. You just call, hello, yes, what do you want to say? You know that there is something.
I'm listening.
Just go ahead. Right?
You want to be done with it on time.
So with that, you know that the spark is gradually, and then formally, then before maybe one of you is not around, you kept on calling, hello, how are you? I just want to check on you. But long hours, you're not even asking after that person.
So they're leading different lives.
So everyone now, it's now maintaining ease or own lane. Live your life and let me live
my life. Well, what about Tolu?
Well, how do you know
your relationship now? Because I know you're not married.
Okay.
And you know your relationship has lost the spark.
Okay.
Have you been in that position before?
Well, maybe let me say for like a week.
Now, presently?
No.
Your present relationship?
Presently. No, not presently.
Okay, previously.
Previously it was for like a week. This is my present relationship. I mean, losing spark for a week.
Okay.
Because he just got a job that was too demanding. You
Okay.
understand? So in that kind of situation, I believe when somebody just maybe just gets
A new
a
job.
long job, it's quite possible for your relationship.
He wasn't
lose
calling the way he
spark.
used to call, or he wasn't
Yes.
giving you attention, because they are two different things.
Yeah, not that he wasn't giving me the attention.
Okay.
He would send a message. He's quite busy, but we
Sometimes you
couldn't
wanna
chat
talk,
like before.
yeah.
Sometimes we just want to talk, but we couldn't chat like before. We couldn't call. And once he gets home, being a very busy area, hold up and everything, he's tired.
He
And
wants to
before
go
you
to
know-
bed straight away.
Not that he even wants to go to bed. We will be chatting and then he's off.
He dozes off.
Yes.
Oh.
So you know.
Oh, that one is serious.
Okay, so you said that's for like a week. Are you
Yeah,
saying you've
it's-
surmounted that?
Yes, I
Okay, so
have.
how did you come out of it?
Hey, wow, it wasn't really easy. How I got out of it was that we started like talks, like, fine, what's happening? Then we were able to like schedule. We made another schedule. So most times now, if he gets home and we were talking and he dozed off, by 6 a.m. in the morning we start a call. The call can last for like 1 hour or 2 hours.
In the morning, he doesn't
Yeah.
go to work.
No, he goes to work. But for example, we're all dressed. I am dressed, he's dressed. Once I'm leaving home, let me say 6:30, we start making a WhatsApp call. And most people will notice that it is when I get into the bus that I stop calling.
Okay.
It is when I get into Adaba's bus that I stop calling.
Okay.
But through that time, I call. So
Okay, let's talk to Sukomi. Sukomi, you're the man. So, how do you know that a spark is not going in your marriage? You are in the marriage.
You know,
How does one tell?
you know, relationships generally, we have different motives of going into it. As a man, there are some guys out there, this love thing doesn't even work for them, but maybe due to societal pressure, family pressure, or
Yeah, they have to get
needs,
married.
they just have to.
Get married, they have to procreate.
Yes.
And have kids.
So things like that might not work for them. So if
Okay,
they-
let's get it right. What in a relationship where you were mushy, all of that,
Yeah.
the love was there.
Well, the
you
first
go-
question should be: has he ever been in such a relationship where you get mushy?
Let me explain to him where you were going to be movies and all of that, and then you get married, and
I
then
understand.
years down the line, and then
I understand.
the spark
I
is no longer
understand.
there.
What I'm just trying to say is that for some people, they don't even understand that.
Okay.
But in the case of those that actually understand that, at first, things you used to do
Together.
together, you barely have time for it. You barely have time to be together. There, it's like it has reached the peak, now declining. So you just have to understand, and if it's someone that actually loves this so much, being together, you quickly identify that there is problem. So let us find out how to retrace. That is that. But there are some people, the reason I made the first point I made was that for some people, they might do that for the reason they wanted to, but immediately it is off, they won't know. So to trace back will be very difficult for them. For those that know, it will be easy for them to identify and easy for them to retrace. It's normal for spark to just
Yeah.
fly away in
Yeah.
relationship, even in marriage.
Because, like I said, there's this saying that opposite attract. Oftentimes, we are attracted by people who are not like us.
Yes.
And then you get married, and then you discover that this is no longer an excitement for me. I'm no longer thrilled by this. Okay, I like pressing my toothpaste in the middle. She likes doing ours from the bottom, and then it becomes a problem. I can't stand it anymore. I don't like going to parties. She likes going to parties. At the beginning, it was exciting for me. It's no longer exciting. We now discover that we are individually different, different values and all of that. Then the problems start setting in. Let me quickly read some of the things that I saw online. When you have some of the reasons, some of how you can know is that you have little or no sex. You don't cuddle like you used to. You stop saying "I love you." I know this means a lot to women, but oftentimes men Women like hearing "I love you, I love you." You don't do things together like you mentioned. You don't go on dates. Maybe before you go to the movies, you go out to shopping mall. Now you just don't have time. You're busy. You sleep in different rooms. I've seen that where the wife is in the bedroom, the husband, okay, I'm still trying to see a movie, and then he sleeps in the living room, and it goes on like that on end for days and sometimes for months. You criticize one another over little things. This happens so a lot, where you can't stand each other. Any little thing that the other person does wrong, you have to complain. You have to talk about it. Then you cheated. When you cheat.
At that point, the
you cheat, and then they also cheat. You don't hold hands. I think this one is for Igbo people. You don't hold hands. You don't pay. You're not paying compliments. Not paying compliments. When people do things for you and you don't even say thank you. You don't appreciate things. I know women will say, "Hey, I'm going to say what have you done? You prefer to sleep to sex." This is for people who are married now. You get home at night and then you quickly want to sleep. You prefer that one to sex. You stop kissing each other goodbye, or you stop kissing totally. Then in some families, in some marriages, they don't even kiss at all. They don't kiss. The only time they kiss is when they want to have sex. They don't kiss. Parents who can't kiss in front of their kids, some people consider it odd. They consider it, and these kids will grow up not thinking that it is also wrong. Then the thought of having sex with that person is disgusting to you. You don't want to get in sack with them. Then you go to bed at different times. Before you say, I'm going to sleep, and even if the other person is not ready to go to bed, you go to bed together because you eat together. Even if the other person is hungry, so come in, where are you now? I'm at Futa.gate. Okay, I'll wait for you. You eat together. Now, you eat differently. One person has eaten at 6 p.m., you come in at 11, you eat your own, nobody care. Then you don't try as hard to look nice for each other. You don't care about your grooming anymore. You don't care if the other person. Then you stop celebrating anniversaries, special days, maybe the person's birthday. You forget their birthdays. You forget your wedding anniversary. And dates mean a lot to women. For instance, women, they want you to remember their birthday. They want you to remember wedding anniversary. They want you to do Valentine. And then for a man who is busy and trying to make money, this may be difficult. And then you'd rather go on holiday with your friends. You'd rather spend time with your friends rather than with your partner. That makes you no longer find their company exciting as you used to. Then you spend more time on social media than talking to your partner. I've seen people who be in the same house, in the same room. One person is on WhatsApp, the other person is on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, and this could be for 3 hours. The only thing they do to each other is one-liners rather. Are you ready to eat now? Is the food ready? Okay, it's ready. Okay, I'm coming. You want to go? I'm going out. Okay, that's the only thing they do. So you know that something is wrong. Another thing that I would like to add on my own that I know is that you also what's this? I've forgotten now. I'll remember. Money, take it up from there.
Okay. I think while we were praying for the show, I got to read some write-ups from national dailies, and there's a section where luckily I found one that was talking about bringing the spark back, and there was this woman who said that she discovered that the spark in her marriage was gone the day she realized that she was not her husband's next of kin. She checked some of the documents and found
they put their siblings.
Found that it was his younger sister that was his next of kin, and it got her
sometimes
crazy.
the kid.
Why?
Sometimes
and it got her.
Let me say this: if I discover that my wife next of kin is our kid, I'm gonna make my kid my next of kin as well.
I'm not even saying your child now. I'm saying your sibling. Why your sibling? Why would you make
why your child?
No, my child is my child.
Your child is your child, but why your child? It should be your
spouse. But I am saying that some people even go out of the way to make their siblings their next of kin when you have a spouse.
Yeah.
I don't think it makes.
Even some on social media, the only family member they put on social media is their sibling. I've seen that happen. Okay, the other thing I was trying to remember, both of you are at home, you're watching TV, in silence, not even saying anything. For hours.
No.
See,
No,
you've never seen that? You've never seen that?
I mean, that's
Jumoke,
not-
have you never seen that?
I'm
You are at
saying-
home in the living room watching TV. You're not even talking to each other.
Might be that.
And even when she wants to ask you something, maybe she goes to the kitchen and comes out. My what happened to that woman? Later. And then you sit in silence and watch your TV. And then
when marriage or when a relationship gets to that point, that is no longer what's the word now? I think it has gotten to the peak of it. It's
when
not,
it's no longer worth
when
fighting
it's
for.
no, I'm not saying you can fight for it, but at that point, it is clear that there is a problem. Because I don't think you should get to that point watching a movie.
At every point, there is even a problem. At every point I've listed, you
There
don't
is a
prefer
problem,
sex,
yes.
you prefer to sleep, you prefer, you don't cuddle, you don't kiss, you go to bed at different times, you eat differently. At every point, you don't communicate. You know, when you start, another thing that I would like to add, when I remember on this program, I've said it, when you now shout, you now shout at each other. You know, two people, we could be seated next to each other like this. If I want to talk to you, I do not have to shout because you can hear me. But now we're seated close to each other. I'm shouting. That means there is an emotional war already built. I'm trying to shout over the war so that you can hear me clearly. So there is already an emotional war that is up there. So two people in the same house, in the same living room, in the same bedroom, and yet you are shouting. That means communication has broken down. There's an emotional wall erected there already. So you think the other person is not hearing. You want to shout so that the other person can hear you. That's also a problem.
Okay, Jumoke, let me
Spark
ask
is
you.
no longer there.
Let me ask
The
you.
spark has become another thing.
Let's
What is the
identify.
sparkles?
Let's identify some of these problems, or I mean, why we or how we got to this point. Apart from those reasons the lady stated earlier, talking about children, talk about staying apart, probably because
Going
of
to
jobs in
work,
Kaduna, you are in
busy.
Lagos, and all of that. Let's identify these problems. Am I saying that if, for instance, my husband works in Lagos and I am in Ondo State, and it's affecting my marriage, can't we?
You know, you
have
will go
to
to Lagos,
one
Abi,
job?
or you will come to Akure.
No, because
I don't get it, though.
I don't get.
And who is going to go to Lagos?
No. I am saying.
If I'm the person bringing in
Dimeji, hold
the
on.
most money,
Dimeji.
then you come to me.
No, what
Wherever I am.
It's the other way around.
Hold on. We have
You
decided
still
to
come
make.
to me
We
the
have,
other way around. I'm the man.
we have decided to make this marriage work.
Okay.
And we discovered that because my husband is in Lagos and I am in Ondo State, this marriage is not working. Now, can I now decide? Probably, like Mitch was saying, maybe he's the one earning
More.
Can I decide to move as a result of that? You know, now this is based on gender. The man, they will say Okololori Aya and da.
The man can
So
move to
if-
the woman if he's not doing anything serious.
Not all men can do that to me.
Not
Jay.
all men.
Not all men can. Some men have
You see,
ego
Modekola, we
problems.
live in men's world.
I don't
And you
get
either
it.
take it or leave it.
And that's
Here in America,
I mean, Africa.
in
Africa. No,
everywhere.
In the world,
Everywhere.
generally.
Everywhere.
People
In the
don't
world,
say it,
generally,
but
we
that's
live-
the truth.
We live in men's world. You either take it.
Do you know there
or
are
you
some
leave it.
offices in the US? There are some companies in the US. They not even some. Do you know? Up until this year, women in the US were still campaigning for equal pay.
Yeah, I heard.
So
that-
even this year,
that men
See, the
I
see,
it was on
get
CNN.
salary
and
For equal pay.
see the major and for women, most times their demands are
Too many.
too many.
Too many.
And it's honestly,
they don't understand men.
to be frank,
Yeah.
You
she
are
just want to
saying
talk to
you are
you.
saying this is the way you want to be. Now, when I come up with a model,
Let me answer your question, or let me give another poster. What if I was outside, or one of us was outside the country, and getting our papers for the other person to come was even difficult? What about that? Because you're saying, what about moving? What if we can't move?
So what happens?
Money.
Jumoke.
The fact is-
No, I am trying to provide a solution to some people's problems because these are realities on ground.
Yeah.
We cannot say because we want to make our marriage work and not work
Yeah.
I mean, we
You know,
need the money as
I
well.
think the shortest solution is one, tolerance. Two, you must you see, there is no crime in me studying my wife and understanding her perfectly. I would, if I study her and I understand her, I will know the times when she wanted to be left alone. If I see this, I will know this person wants to be left alone. And moments later, maybe in 15 minutes later, then
Besides, we will come and meet you.
yes.
Yeah.
So it's just about that. Tolerance. Most important thing is tolerance. You know, we the way I'm brought up is quite different from the way you
You're
are
not
brought up.
we're traditional.
My exposure is
Okay.
quite different from yours.
Different values.
So we are just trying to accommodate each other for the sake of
In
marriage.
your house, insult me. I've dated a lady from. I dated an Ijebu lady for more than 4 years, and I lived in the house. And that house courses were like normal thing. the youngest person will say to somebody who is around 20 something will say to a 40 something, but that me are boring, and they will laugh over it. But go to another family. So if you mind somebody from that family and she comes and tells her husband, "I'm boring," what's
But the
wrong
fact
with
is,
you?
you must learn how to accommodate and correct in love.
Yeah.
Then drop your arrogance.
But what
Honestly. See,
if
for men-
what if you know, another thing that happens is that more revenge. You know, sometimes you're doing something wrong, you're being corrected over and over again, and you keep doing it. The other person might come up with the idea that, okay, maybe you're doing it deliberately, because if you've been doing something maybe over a year, 2 years, and you're not willing to change, or you say, this is how my mom was doing it,
See,
this is how my dad would do it.
Dimeji, there are some things.
I'm coming. There are things people will tell you, this is how my mom would do it, forgetting the fact that you're no longer with your mom, you are with your husband now, and he says, I don't like this thing, and you keep doing it, there will be trouble. Or some people are so arrogant, okay, my husband does this, or my wife does this to me, I'll get you back. You do this, oh, you insult me, I'll keep quiet. And I think that's part of the problem. Sometimes we offend each other, we don't talk about it, we just keep quiet, pretend as though nothing is wrong. Sometimes the other person would even ask you, you look so much, what was, I hope I've not, no, there is nothing, they haven't done anything. Whereas in your mind, you're planning to get that person, my cheating me for but what much I worry. These are some of the things that.
Well, maybe I can actually add to what you've been saying. To me, I believe in a kind of situation whereby you are apart, then you can reach a kind of compromise, because in every relationship there is a level of compromise that you must reach. Like, for example, this is the way they do things in your house, this is the way they do things in your house. There is a kind of meeting point. There should be a kind of meeting point between you two. And one man actually told me something, and I actually love the idea. And the idea is the fact that when this person is angry, this person should not be angry, because if we are both angry together, there is no way we
Oh
can
my
solve this
dear!
particular
Sometimes
problem.
both of you cannot both be angry at the same time.
Yeah, but
you will get to that situation.
Yeah, but there will be a kind of
will come.
but there will be a point whereby
most of the time,
someone will
most-
have to keep short for the
I-
other
I-
person.
and-
I
And
think-
most times women should do that.
the ones
You
to do that.
understand?
Yes, I
So
think-
it's kind of a situation-
Wait. There is no law
Well,
that says women should be the one.
yeah.
There are times, even
But you know men's
something,
nature.
another
Most men's
issue,
nature.
another issue that is causing this spark to go is is men's arrogance. There is no law that says if there is issue in the family, it must be the woman
That will say
not
sorry.
like
that are going to say sorry. Even the man.
But what if it's the
They should
woman?
not say
What if it's the
sorry.
woman? If it's the woman who was wrong,
Even if it's the woman who was wrong, that I'm sorry from the man, from the husband.
you're saying the man should say sorry for what he is
For
not
what
wrong
he has
about.
done wrong.
That can work with.
For what the woman has done wrong.
Okay, let me.
You can.
No.
You can. Wait, Dimeji.
It depends. Let me tell you. Not.
You
not
can. This is the.
This is where we are talking about arrogance now. You drop your arrogance and your
You're doing something. You're wrong. You want me to come and say sorry for your wrong?
For your wrong?
That's on
won't
another level of. I don't want to use mad now. Now let me say to you, if you're doing something and you're wrong, and to me, and I want to make peace with you, it is not sorry that I'll say to you. I can sit you down and we talk about it. I can be the first person to initiate the talk. Peace talks.
I'm sorry. I am sorry. Wait, Dimeji. I am sorry. I'm talking about.
But what you
We'll be in this sense. We'll be in this sense.
wrong.
Wait. Monikola. Okay, Monikola. The way I reacted to you the other time, I am sorry, but what you did was wrong.
Yeah, that is.
That can be. Sorry, might be better way to start the conversation. That's the I'm sorry.
Let me make you understand. That's on another level. That means she did something to me. In my reaction, I've offended her too. Those are two wrongs now. Those are two wrongs. Not that she did something to me. I've not done something wrong to her. That is one wrong. And she has to right her wrongs.
Definitely.
So
definitely.
Now there's one other thing that comes to my mind. You know, in some families, you see the wife taking the lead. You grew up in a family where your mom was always taking the lead. Even when they're talking the family, your mom would talk first. Maybe your mom is wiser than your dad and all of that. and then you now marry a man who grew up in a family where the dad was always taking the lead. And then you marry each other and you always want to take the lead. And it's not baby. You can't be here like King Kong now. I'm the King Kong here. There will be trouble.
Okay,
of course there will.
The Beings Love and Family. We're talking about how to know when you've lost the spark in your relationship or in your marriage. We're moving next to what to do to get that spark back. Okay.
Well, I think you should appreciate.
Can you get your groove back?
Yes, appreciate each other.
Okay,
And,
that's my list too.
Yes, and don't be ashamed of yourselves when things goes wrong. Try to iron it out. And again, another thing is own your own experience. That is, be true to yourself. This thing that we are talking about, where am I wrong? It is when you identify that I'm wrong here, that is when you can now tell your spouse, okay, we can work it out. So those are some of the things you can do.
Not when you believe you say so. You know, sometimes you say sorry, but
deep inside of you,
you think like, you're right. I was right.
So you should own your
just saying sorry for us.
Be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. Appreciate yourself and watch your words. When you are angry, be careful what you say. Someone like me, when I'm angry, I don't talk.
Because you could say the wrong.
Yeah, so I don't talk. I prefer to sing.
I'll sing. Some men do not like this song.
My husband will tell me that the moment he hears me, he will say, Isimba, I go to the church. I love Fuji. I love R&B. I'll just any song that comes to my mind, I'll just sing it so that I can just down.
Okay, on my list there, say thank you for little things. It's still the same thing. Learn to appreciate little things. Always so boxer has 500 naira for me.
Those ones are just that two.
No, if I get you engaged and you're talking like that, I'm gonna be miffed.
Those two are just for that spark not to go. But once the spark is gone, see the best way for me is let us start over. Honestly,
part of starting over is appreciating each other.
But before starting over, you must identify the problem.
Yeah, of course, because she said it. She said it. On my list here, practice honesty even when you're ashamed. Practice honesty even when you are ashamed. You know, a lot of people can say the truth, and if your spouse keeps finding out or your partner keeps finding out that you're always lying, so and then it catches you in a lie, she catches you in a lie, says, baby, I'm sorry, to now baby, you tell her another lie, they catch you, so it can make you lose the spark. So part of getting back is you practice honesty, even if you're ashamed about it.
Some people do not even know their partners. That's the truth.
Yes.
Take for instance, Dimeji does not like even the littlest of lie. He doesn't want you to tell, even when you have eaten and you say you have not eaten. You know those lies that they don't.
And some people believe it's normal. Let me just keep lying.
You know, so when you know that your husband does not like something, don't do it. Because some people can.
Same as the man.
They can call for a divorce.
Same as the man.
No, I'm not just saying it because it's the man. Yes. I'm saying
Even
that
when
some
you know your wife, if your
some
wife
people
does not like
can
you,
call
lying,
for
how must
divorce
you continue to
based
lie?
on little things like that, because we all have our different depths. So, and we should also say on the show that it is normal for sparks to go away in relationships.
Yes.
It is
But
normal.
but there are some things
But you can get
that maybe the Nigeria setting they might not be able to keep to them. Maybe going
what?
to cinema. We used to go to cinema.
But you used to do it before marriage.
Let me say
Before
this.
marriage.
Before responsibilities started piling up.
Look at me.
You know how much
Once in a
kids,
while.
wait, my son is using a pack of diaper in that 2-3 weeks. So I know.
Look at me. Once
I've
in
gone
a
to
while.
cinema to
But-
watch
but
Bobby.
you know,
I will use that to buy diaper. Huh?
Women love it. Okay, yeah. Another thing that I have on my list there is take care of yourself. That is your grooming. Look good. If you don't look good, I'm not gonna be
Especially the
attracted
women.
to you.
Especially
Nobody
the
wants to get down with a woman
then
who
for
has
men.
her hair disheveled,
Then for men, there is this idea.
or a man who
For a man
is
that,
single for
but that,
3 days.
Even for women,
Like
for women, you used to then when you are still doing CC, your bum short and things like that. But because
You now tie
you've
wrapper.
entered, you now started tying wrapper. The fact is that you can tie one wrapper for 2 months.
Yeah.
It's bad. And for men, they were like,
Watch your bunkers.
do you see politicians campaigning after winning elections?
Yeah.
No. We've married, and that's it. No. It's the job starts after marriage.
Yeah, it
Marriage.
continues. It
That
continues
wedding
after marriage, not it starts.
okay after marriage. So
continues
the
after
wedding marriage stuff is just for a day, but that thing is lifetime.
I
So
think
you
we
must
also need to re-emphasize that tying wrapper thing, because it really gets me. I don't know what word to use. When you see a woman, she would leave her house. A married woman, leave her house
Go and buy
to go
some
and buy something
in the next-
like
No.
2 streets away from.
3 streets tying
It's
wrapper.
very, very
But then,
annoying.
it's not just the
Slippers.
women. We may be
It's
talking
common-
about women.
it's
thing.
common to
It's common with
men.
men too. I'm telling you. If you see some boxers, it's common to men. If you see some boxers, they are like horror movie.
Not only
How
that.
can a man wear a boxer continuously for 7 consecutive days? And they can't even pull down their trousers in public.
Sag.
Even their singlet is like if you drop their singlet in a river, all the fishes will die. And you say it's not just women.
Sorry,
so
maybe I
men
should-
too should
yes,
be
I have some things to say. Well, let me say, not only the woman should watch when it comes to the grooming, because some men they'll be like, you are now very fat, oh, things like that. It's like, ni shape to man ni tell em. Some men too, when they are
were
not gotten
slim.
married, they were slim.
Now they have belly like me. They have belly like me.
No, we should start going to the gym together.
In that situation,
No, I don't have time for gym. I can do that in my house. I'm trying to make money now. Which gym?
in that situation, we get into marriage for different reasons. Some
Yes.
people marry their wife because of her stature,
Yeah,
and not knowing that she has a tendency after 1 or 2
That's
issues.
took on me.
Apart.
Took on me.
How
That's
do
why I
you
took
how
on
do you
me.
now marry them? How do you
That's why I
intend
tell
to
you.
resolve
I love
that problem?
Lepa. I love Lepa, for instance. That's why I tell people, when you are dating somebody, go to their house. Don't rely. I've seen the mother. The mother is not fat. That's a lie. Ask for family picture. Look at the grandmother. You may think let me tell you, a child takes their gene from 6 people, the genetic line. It comes from 6 people. The grandparent, the 2 maternal grandparents. That is your father's, your mother's father, your mother's mother, and the 2 paternal parents, and then your dad and your mom. 6 people. So the mother may not be fat, and the paternal grandmother is fat, and you have not seen the picture of the paternal. Maybe the paternal grandmother is now late. As for the family photo,
Let's see if we can take 1 or 2 calls on the show. 08162519991. That is the number to call. Hello. 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 Good afternoon. Hello. 08162519991 and 0817519.
Okay, while we're waiting for the calls.
Hello, good
Okay, we have
afternoon.
somebody on the line.
Yes, good afternoon. What's the name, please?
Yeah, actually, calling from Okoloko.
Thank you for joining us. Please go ahead with your contribution.
I'm like my friend. This is how I know that.
I'm not hearing.
We can hardly hear you.
I'm not hearing you clearly. Maybe we'll end our call.
Okay.
Okay, while we're waiting for another call, one of the things that we have, I don't know if we mentioned that, maintaining intimacy and passion in and outside the bedroom. So it's not just when you want to get down. Even when you're not in the bedroom, you can maintain intimacy, hold hands, keys, and all of that.
That was what Sukomi was saying,
Yeah.
that in this part of the world.
Hello,
Good afternoon.
I'm calling from Iwaroka.
Thank you for joining us. What's the name, please?
I am Comrade Awe.
Thank
Sorry
you.
to interrupt you.
Thank you for joining us. Please go ahead.
I want to say that there is something bad in the man, the husband, protecting the wife. Even though when the wife does something wrong, it is incumbent upon the husband to see that he settles the rift. He should be able to condescend his ideology, his pride, to sacrifice his pride. His pride and even pride. So as to be able to allow people to reign in his home. So it is in the hand of the husband if he wants happiness in the home. The woman has so many formulae to show grievances. However, it is the husband that will say, okay, whatever formula the woman adopts, that his own part of it is to allow peace to reign. Well, how can I don't know, beg my wife to say sorry when afterwards she's the one that has wronged me? No, you have to say, you have to bear it in mind that the peace, the own peace is the peace of the wife. And women, being what they are, they need they needed to be taken care of, to be pampered, among other things. They need to be handled with special care. But the moment you are saying, I must be.
Okay, that is where I have a problem with him. And this is one of the problems when I go to marriage counseling programs and all that. I mean, say women should be pampered. Men should be pampered as well. If you keep doing something wrong and you want me to keep pampering you, I correct you in love today, correct you in love tomorrow, correct you in love for 2 years. I'm going to start
Correcting you out of love.
Not correcting you in love. So it's both ways. And this I think this is where the arrogance of some women springs from. They say, after all, the pastor said, no. It's not what the pastor said, it is what works for you. Okay, I have a question, one last question. What if in the marriage or in the relationship, the person is no longer willing to okay, we have a call. Hello? We're not hearing anything. Okay, what
Hello?
if nobody's saying anything? What if in the marriage or in the relationship, one person is no longer ready for the spark to come back? I don't even want the spark to come back. At that point, what if you're at that point? You're not even interested in the spark anymore.
You can call for
You don't want spark, you don't want
intervention.
sparkle, you don't want anything.
You cannot give up. Keep trying. I believe it will.
Even if it's going to take your life.
It cannot take your life. It can't.
It can't.
It can take your life,
It can't take your life.
You are not how many people? That as a result of stress and everything from marriage.
How about an instance?
Look at me.
There are some relationship.
That
There
can
are
kill
some
you.
situation where that
From
that
stress,
has
from
gone
abuse,
beyond
from
the point of redeem.
It's irreparable.
It can't be
It cannot be
redeemed.
repaired. That's irreparable marriage.
Honestly, wait. There is. I've read something about women that said 75% of women that cheat in marriage, 75% of them are no longer in love with that man.
Yeah, they want to
To redeem that. To
Instead
repair
of
that,
staying,
the best thing is just for them to go.
instead of staying in that relationship and cheating, why don't you walk? Take a walk.
So go.
Take a walk.
If it is possible for you to come back, fine. Go.
Take a
Then
walk.
renegotiate.
Why will you come back?
You can go and negotiate.
When you have taken a walk.
They can go and
Why will you come
first of
back?
all go.
We
Then
have
come
to
back
go.
and renegotiate. We come to the negotiation table.
We have to go. Thank you so much for coming today on today's edition. It was
how to know you've lost the spark in your relationship,
yeah.
and how to get it back.
Yes.
Thanks so much to Sukomi, Jumoke, and Tolu
Thank you
for
for
finding
coming.
time to be with us today. And my name is Major Daniels. We'll leave you in the hands of Asha, beginning and for money.
Have a beautiful weekend. We'll see you next week, God willing. Bye bye.